part of my worksheet is like this stair step. So it tells like locals could be for free, but that's a great starting point. Then you get referrals to associations in your area, and then you get out to more associations, which in turn can lead to conferences and corporations.
We are live right now. If you're catching this later, there's so many gems, but I am going to take some questions from the audience because we've got some coming in. And we will start with, first of all, thank you everybody who's here. And it's hard for me to see your names unless you ask a question. So if you want me to see your name and call you out, just go ahead and ask a question. But right now we have a question from Sharina Jagger. Welcome, welcome, Sharina. Thank you for being with us. She is asking, how does someone who wants to start, I guess what she's saying is, for someone who wants to start, where's the best place for them to start?
Oh, yes, definitely some local. If you're near a big city, they probably have an NSA, National Speakers Association, or a Toastmasters. I would definitely start there because the best referrals are oftentimes other speakers as well. So if you network with other speakers in your community, you can learn a lot from them and also get help from them as well. So yeah, I definitely suggest kind of looking into those before you start, and then you can get some local like freer events so that you can get your marketing materials, like all of your pictures and stuff like that made, and then it's just a really good practice. And then part of my worksheet is like this stair step, so it tells like locals could be for free, but that's a great starting point. Then you get referrals to associations in your area, and then you get out to more associations, which in turn can lead to conferences and corporations. So there's kind of a stair step that goes into the speaking industry of where you need to start. So first step, local free events, then associations, then you go to corporations and conferences, which are the higher ticket items, but they're harder to get into. And it's most speakers, I mean, unless they're just super lucky, most speakers really have to follow that kind of stair step method to get to those
Yes.
events. Pay your dues,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
echo everything that you said. I'll add this one other piece, and that is to become a local expert in an area. So in our area, there is this financial advisor guy. I don't know how he first broke in, but I can tell you how you can. Right. So essentially, he got on with this particular news station. He became a weekly kind of feature where he would come and give some really great financial information. So it just became a weekly feature. You could do this in a magazine, a local radio, a local morning news station, whatever it is. But just start reaching out to them. Hey, I have expertise in this area. I know it's on top of mind for a lot of people. I'm very willing to come, and they're not going to hire you for a series right off the bat, but to come and do an interview on that if that's a value, and create a little proposal and give that to them. You're going to do it for free, but just let them see a quick little outline that you're not going to be trying to sell yourself or selling anything. You're really just giving this valuable information away. And if you knock it out of the park and they get some good response, then the great thing is when they make you a feature. But even if you did a one-off for a bunch of different kind of regional stations, that puts you in the place where corporations see you, these associations see you, and then you just start getting these phone calls, and then those phone calls lead to bigger opportunities, lead to bigger opportunities. That stair step is so good. It's like we want to skip all those steps and get right to those $20,000 engagements. And what you said, Nona, leads right into one of our live participants' next question. Do people speak in other countries? So if you'll let me, I'll kind of give my 2 cents on that. So start local. I'm with you there. And it organically builds. If you really want to go to Costa Rica and you know when you want to be there, you can try to knock on doors. But I think that's a much harder. Tell me what your answer would be to that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the more you do, the more you're seen. That's why people say, "Oh, I hate doing podcasts because they're not paid." But I mean, the more you're out there, the more you can share, the more people see your face and your topic. I mean, obviously, that's the way to do it. And in social media, you need to be on everything. But anyways, I'm sorry. But going back to the do people speak internationally? Yes, absolutely. So, and sometimes it is word of mouth or just getting, I mean, I have clients in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, I have one in Prague, I have Sydney, Australia, I have one there, and Paris. And we have sold our US speakers to those events. And we've also sold, like, my Prague speaker wants to come and speak at the US, I think because the US pays the most for their speakers out of like any other country. And we also have the most conferences available as well. So other speakers from other countries will come over here and speak as well. And I think it's one of those things. It's not always people, like, once you're a professional, sometimes still the local people that you started out with will think they can get a deal from you. And it is, even though you want to start local for free, you don't need to continue to do the free for your local, because once you're actually getting paid, then you should say, well, I actually am getting paid now. I mean, you can do a discount for having local, which we do, but but a lot of people really also like to hear from experts and professionals that have been in the industry for a long time that are different from themselves. So my dad, who's from Arkansas and has a very thick Southern Arkansas accent, people in New York and Chicago, and the people in, I sold him to Africa, Canada, they actually love to hear him speak because of the accent difference. Um,
Mm.
but then when people ask him for local, it's like free or discounted events, which is totally fine. You should still be very active in your community. But yeah, whenever you get into the bigger area, yeah, people love different speakers with different accents and bringing them in. So that can be a really good avenue to, like, make as an eventual goal.